The biggest life strategy you must develop in order to become super successful is the strategy of self-discipline. People who are successful in their field are competitive, not with others, but with themselves. The biggest competition you will ever have in this world is the competition between your disciplined mind and undisciplined mind. When the undisciplined becomes the boss, your life will lead to a ruin. And when the disciplined mind takes over, your life is led to victory.
I've heard self-discipline aptly described as the ability to do what you know you should do, even when you don't feel like doing it. You see, anybody can do anything if they feel like it. It's when you don't feel like it and you do it anyway that you put yourself on the side of the angels. You remember the book and the movie The Secret? Well, the real secret is not that if you roll your eyeballs and think happy thoughts, you'll be successful. The real secret is if you're absolutely crystal clear about what you want, and then you discipline yourself to do the things necessary to achieve it, nothing can stop you.
Discipline gives us the order and structure in life. It gives us tools to overcome our challenges. A disciplined mind gives us clear perspectives, and above all, discipline gives us the power to overcome our natural laziness. Laziness can creep into your day, and it can take away your precious time without your realizing it. Procrastination is indeed one of the biggest symptoms of laziness. Remember that procrastination is the mother of all regret. It postpones the future, aborts liftoff at the last minute. Unless you take action to achieve your goals, life becomes a constant series of postponements, cancellations, and missed opportunities. When you begin to procrastinate a few times, it easily becomes a habit. As for the procrastinating habit, the cure is simple. Do it now.
Here's a trick for pulling yourself away from the temptation to procrastinate. Just say the words, do it now, do it now, do it now. These magic words will motivate you and push you to get started. When you repeat these words often enough, the message will get pushed deep into your subconscious and act as a trigger for getting things done right away.
Do you want to be the fastest person on your road to success? Then you need one extra quality, and if you master this mindset, your pace will never be the same. I'm talking about developing a sense of urgency in life. The fastest way to act on anything is to have a sense of urgency in life. The easiest way to motivate oneself is to have a sense of urgency in life. A sense of urgency takes you to the edge of reason, and it reminds you to act on ideas that you've been postponing.
And when you talk about urgency, it reminds me of a story that I heard from the late Jim Rohn. And Jim Rohn said that urgency is critical. And he talks about the story about the zebra, that the zebra had a baby. And the little baby zebra, like just born, is smelling the grass and touch things. And the mom zebra said, "Come on! You have to learn how to walk right now." And the baby zebra like, "Come on, Mom, I was just born like 5 seconds ago. I want to check out, the sky, the sun. I want to touch the grass, touch the trees." And the mom zebra goes, "Come on, you have to learn how to walk and run right now." And and the baby zebra said, "Why, Mom?" And the mom zebra said, "Because the lions are coming. And if you don't learn how to walk and to run right now, the lions are going to eat you alive." Now I know you're thinking, "But that's a cute story, but in my town, we don't have lions walking around the streets, right? The ones we have, they're locked up in the zoo." Well, we human beings, we have to deal with different kind of lions, right? In the realm of health, you have the lions of cancer or heart disease. In the realm of business, we have the lions of competition or the lack of sales or procrastination. In the realm of relationships, we have the realm of not spending enough time with the loved ones, and eventually you have the lions of divorce, right? So it's extremely important for us to act with urgency. And I believe that urgency and stress are two different things. Urgency comes from a place of when we know our purpose, why you're doing things, what's important to us, we have a plan, and just take massive action. Because either you're going to have urgency or you're going to have regret.
A sense of urgency turns you into an action-oriented person. People with a sense of urgency will always ask, what is now and what is next? They take immediate control of their present moments. Fast tempo goes hand in hand with success.
Fast tempo is essential to success. All successful people not only work hard, but they work fast. Now, everyone must stay focused on reducing the amount of time that it takes to get the same results. Customers will pay dearly for anyone who can reduce the time needed to get them the products and services that they want. People will pay more for someone who can satisfy their needs faster than someone else.
When you do that, you've kicked in the momentum principle onto your advantage. The faster you move, the more energy you have. It shifts your performance to the fast track, and your energy will explode. As a result, your tempo becomes a sign of your superior efficiency over other slow people. Build your reputation for speed. People who get things done faster are ahead of others. People who are pioneers are steps ahead of other people. Do not wait until someone else comes up with your idea. You be that leader. You be the pioneer. So do it now. Those who have the thirst will find their drink. Those who are hungry will find food. Those who are tired will find rest. Those who want to succeed will take action now. One of the easiest ways to take control of your actions is to take control of your decisions. Decisions are what precede all of our actions. So many people go through life failing to decide and act. Consequently, they live in uncertainty, mediocrity, insignificance, and inner conflict.
Do you know the reason most people don't make decisions? Because they can't see how they're going to get there. So what do? They keep doing things that they can see how they're going to get there. And that's why their life never really changed. I talked to a young couple. In fact, I wrote about them in a book, Pat and John. I sat with them in a hotel in Toronto, and they said they wanted to buy a house. And I said, well, go on out and buy one. We said, we can't buy a house. We haven't got any money. I said, you don't need any money. They looked at me rather strange. I said, what do you need the money for? You haven't made the decision to buy the house. You see, you don't need the money until after you make the decision. Person say, I want to take a trip, and I'm going to go as soon as I get the money. You don't need the money to make the decision to take the trip. I'm going to start my own business as soon as everything's right. Things are never going to be right. You've got to make a decision. Now, you see, when you make the decision, everything starts to change. How do you think we got to the moon? Kennedy didn't know how to get to the moon. When he asked Dr. Wernher von Braun, who's considered the father of the space program, what will it take for us to build a rocket to carry a man to the moon and bring him back safely to Earth? He said, the will to do it. The will is one of your higher faculties. That's what Einstein was talking about. The will gives you the ability to focus on one thing to the exclusion of everything else. When you focus on that one thing, you're on that higher frequency. How do you do that? Well, first, you got to make a decision to go there.
Simple decisions about how you want to live can affect the entire path you walk through life. Deciding what kind of person you want to be is a powerful decision that can influence all of your future choices and successes. Your life is composed of a chain of decisions. The life you now live is the result of all the decisions you've made up to this point. If you want to change your life, just change the decisions that you make. I want to remind you at this point, even your indecision or lack of decision is a decision. Your indecision means that you have decided not to do anything different. Remember, you're where you are and what you are because you have decided to be there in the first place. Remember, every time you did not make a decision or never take an action to improve your life situation, you have still made the decision or taken the action not to improve. When you do not decide, you're still making a decision to continue to dwell in the same situation. When you don't take action, you're still taking action on an opposite direction. That is inaction. Not to decide is to decide.
Our whole culture is in some kind of like analysis paralysis now, where people are scared to make bold decisions for themselves, to take fast actions that really move their lives forward because they're scared of change. So I think most decisions, it's like, hey, make it. That's the way to make good decisions. Make it. Stop putting it off. Make the decision. Once you make it, stick to it. Try it, implement it, do it, see how it goes before changing or quitting so fast. Make that decision.
Most of us live in this state, the state I call indecision. We dream about the book we'll write, the trip we'll take, the business we'll start, the great relationship we'll have, or the creative project we'll begin. But we don't do it. We decide not to decide, and that becomes our decision. Deciding not to decide creates ambivalence, and ambivalence feels unsatisfying. Ambivalence is where we dream, and then we hope everything will turn out well. Hope becomes a substitute for action, hoping some external thing will occur that will make us happy, save us, or fulfill our lives through some magical forces, even if we don't do anything about it. What if you've decided to decide? Ask yourself these questions. What great project have you considered for long but never taken action on? What are you hoping in your life at the moment? Are you doing something to materialize your dreams? Have you taken the first step? Did you ever follow up on fulfilling any of your dreams or projects? What decisions are you postponing? What are the major decisions you've been avoiding? I want you to make a list of all the activities and decisions you've been procrastinating on. Beware of the impact if you avoid them completely. Ask yourself what will happen if you continue to avoid them. Feel the pain if you avoid them, and experience the pleasure when you achieve the results of all your decisions and actions. Remember, everything you accomplish for the rest of your life will be largely determined by the actions that you will take or fail to take in the present. You are responsible and you are in charge no matter what the odds are. We all have the power to light up our life instantly. It is decisions that determine the course of our destiny. It is not conditions. It's the decisions. The challenge is that most of us have weak decision-making muscles, mainly because we tend to say, I'll give it a go and see if it works. A truly committed decision is like a laser beam that is so focused on its target that nothing can get in its way. It's decisions that show us clear direction in our lives. Every decision is a new path to a new experience. Through decisions, we can alter our human experience, and we can change our lives by directing them with good, timely decisions. To achieve things you've never achieved before, you must make a decision to do things you've never done before. Well, we all take two kinds of actions in life. One is the mental action that happens inside us called decisions, and the second is the real physical action. We are the thinker behind our thoughts, and we can make infinite choices about what we want to do in this second, minute, hour, week, and month, this year, this lifetime all together. We have the choices, and the choices we make shape our destiny. We choose with our decisions. Choices are emotional and intellectual responses to an event or situation. You are where you are because of a series of choices you've made in the past. It is our decisions that have brought us where we are. Now it's time to make some major decisions in life that will take you to the higher planes of success and fulfillment. Here are the 5 major decisions you must decide in your life. Decision number 1. Decide to own 100% responsibility for your success and failure.
One of the greatest myths that's pervasive in our culture today is that you're entitled to a great life and that somehow, somewhere, someone is responsible for filling our lives with continual happiness and exciting career options, a nurturing family, and blissful personal relationships simply because we exist. But the real truth is that there's only one person responsible for the quality of your life, and that person is you. You see, everything about you is a result of your doing or not doing. Your income, your debt, your relationships, your health, your fitness level, your attitudes and behaviors, everything. That person you see when you look in the mirror is the chief architect in your life. I think everybody knows this in their heart of hearts, but the mind can play games, tricking us into thinking that there are external factors that are the source of our failures, our disappointments, and our unhappiness. But the truth of the matter is that external factors don't determine how you live. You, and only you, are in complete control of the quality of your life experience. One way to begin is by simply responding differently to the events that occur in your life. That's right, you can actually change the outcomes in your life and get better ones simply by changing your responses to the challenges and opportunities that occur. You see, you only have 3 things that you can control in your life: the thoughts you think, the images you visualize, and the actions you take. And how you use those 3 things determines everything you experience. So if you don't like what you're experiencing and what you're producing as results in your life, you have to change your mental, your visual, and your behavioral responses to the events that occur in your life. Remember this: nothing will change for the better until you do.
You are not a product of your circumstances, or the way you were raised, or the opportunities you missed. You are the product of your decisions. The second major decision in life is to decide what you want in life.
One of the main reasons why most people don't get what they want is they haven't decided what they want. They haven't defined their desires in clear and compelling detail. What does success look like to you? Not everybody's definition of success is the same, nor should it be. Chances are you're pretty clear about what you don't want, but if you're like most people I meet and work with, you haven't given much time and consideration to what you do want. And I'm here to tell you that in order to create what you want in your life, you must first take the time to clarify your goals and be specific in the process.
Have your dreams written as goals. Decide on several strategies to achieve your goals. Make a list of things you can do, things you should do, and just go ahead and do it. You are designed for accomplishment. You are engineered for success.
So stop settling for whatever just happens to come your way in life and start to take ownership of the fact that you can actively participate in the creation of your ideal future by clearly stating your desires as written, measurable goals. And the bottom line is this: if you don't really know exactly what you're asking for, then how can you expect to get it?
Decide what you want and get what you want. In order to get what you want, you also need the next pivotal decision. The third major decision in life is to decide how to make the best use of your time, energy, and resources. Remember, there's no time like the present and no present like the time.
Look, you can always do something every day towards your dreams. And if you believe that, it could be just something small. It could be doing a little bit of research, journaling, taking that action, creating that presentation, making that call, whatever it is for you. You can do something every day. And if you believe that, then you need time to do that. And that time, what we call block time, you say, okay, today from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, I'm only doing this thing that I need more discipline towards. And during that time, you don't check your email, you don't do your Facebook, you don't browse the internet. All that happens during that time is what you're supposed to be doing. The reason a lot of people don't have discipline in their life is they're letting their day be ruled by randomness. They don't have blocks of time that have actually been scheduled to do the thing they're supposed to do. So they're counting on sudden will. I'll get to that today, or I'll get to that someday. And of course, someday turns into never, and then they start blaming their discipline. It's not their discipline, it's the lack of a calendar that says, do this now. So schedule what you must make happen, and you'll suddenly find yourself, wow, I'm so disciplined.
Don't ever find yourself at the end of your life saying, what a wonderful life I had. I only wish I realized it sooner. Or don't ever repent at the 11th hour, wishing if you'd had a better life, you might pass out at 10:30. That is bad news. Therefore, now is the best time to be alive and productive. If you want to make your life difficult, just keep putting off taking action. Life is like a taxi, my friend. The meter keeps running whether you're getting somewhere or waiting for something. Time is the only gift distributed to every human being equally. We all have 24 hours, and what we do with time gives all of us a chance to unequal everyone. Use your God-given talents, abilities, intelligence, skills, and resources to the best of its use. Be an optimal performer. Use it for the fourth major decision in life, to contribute for the good of all mankind. Decision number 4. Be a contributor. Be a giver. Become more valuable to your marketplace. Become more valuable to your family, company, community, society, and your customers. When you become more valuable, you can contribute more value to others. Remember these profound statements. Let them chime in your mind. The only way to be a valuable person is by contributing more value to your marketplace. Your income will be in direct proportion to the value you deliver to the marketplace. If you want to get rich, enrich the lives of other people.
You get rich in life, I've learned, by enriching the lives of others. The key, if you want to make more money as an example, is to serve more people. You see, your income and mine is directly tied to how many people we serve. So I want to encourage you to become irreplaceable by serving more people. And in return, you will earn more money and have more than you could ever imagine in every other area of your life as well. From satisfaction, confidence, and a good feeling that you're making a difference. Remember, the key to success is to help enough other people to get what they want and they need. And then you'll get everything you want and you need. And by the way, I stole that from Zig Ziglar.
Become a contributor. Become a problem solver. Become a solution provider to other people's problems. Contribute your ideas, talents, skills, intelligence, and all your activities must serve the good of all mankind. Contribute your strengths to your company, to your customers. Decide on a dream job. Decide on a dream business or career that will become a channel for you to contribute. Be a contributor to your family, friends, and to your community. You can only contribute what you are and what you have. If you want to become a great contributor, then decide on the fifth major decision in your life. Life decision number 5, decide to invest in yourself. Decide to get rich spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Take good care of yourself, your body, mind, and soul. Decide to live a healthy lifestyle. Decide to join a gym. Decide to attend a yoga class. Decide to laugh at least a few times a day. Decide to be happy. Decide to be loving and kind to others. Decide to be compassionate. Decide to take risks in life. Decide to go after your dreams no matter what the obstacles are. Decide to reclaim your destiny. Decide to improve all your skills and sharpen your axes. Decide to be a student of life. Decide to read books and attend classes and seminars. The most important life-changing decision in your life is to work on your personal development.
Growth today brings success tomorrow. If you want tomorrow to be different than today, you've got to learn something today in order to make tomorrow different. That's called growing, developing. Personal development is when you as a person decide to develop some of the skills, the qualities, the abilities, the traits that are available for you. When they're training the Chinese ping pong champions, they'll work with them on their abilities. Now, they were interviewing the coach of the Chinese. You ever seen those ping pong champions? They're like 20 feet back from the table and they're just slamming it back and forth. They said what they do is they find their strengths and they develop their strengths so much that their weaknesses disappear. That, to me, that's personal development. It's finding my strengths, the good parts of me, the traits in me that are positive, and developing them to be even greater. Why don't you start now on the road to personal development? Take the time to learn something new, to learn a new skill. If you want today to be different than yesterday, if you want tomorrow to be better than today, learn something today. Develop something in your life to make it better than it was.
Build some skills that give you a unique advantage to take on the demanding needs of our time. Build skills that will make you grow, make you become a better human being, make you contribute to the good of all. When you become a better, wiser, and stronger person, what will those characteristics do to your family and friends? When you help yourself, you're helping others as well. When you walk the talk, you become an inspiration to others. Those people who live life to the full, who are happy, fulfilled, and have it all, are the people who are in control of their minds and their emotions. In doing so, their conditioned response is to make the right decisions. And once they've made their decisions, there is no looking back. They consistently seek out self-improvement ideas and realize that no matter how good they are, they can always improve. Not because they got bored or unhappy, but because they realize that the only way to be truly happy and fulfilled is to consistently grow and contribute. William Ward has this recipe for success. Study while others are sleeping. Work while others are loafing. Prepare while others are playing. And dream while others are merely wishing. Most people know what they do, but the irony is that they do not do what they know. Decide to act on what you know. These 5 major decisions in life have lifelong impact. You take 100% responsibility for your success. To make any success happen, you decide to use your time, energy, and talents wisely to contribute to the betterment of society. You become a great contributor when you have so much value to give away. You need to constantly invest in yourself to add more value to yourself. You decide to learn and grow to become more valuable. And as you grow, everything grows around you. Successful people will tell you that things didn't happen according to how they initially planned it. They kept taking action and made adjustments along the way. Action is known as the ingredient that ensures results. No action, no result. Simple as that.
The gap between our dreams and our reality is action. Right now, there are people out there that are less qualified than you, living their dreams because they took action. So here's some tips for you to help you take action. First, be easy on yourself. Don't take yourself too seriously. Being too serious can prevent you from taking action. Be passionate, but lighten up. Live in the present moment. That'll help you get out of your head and into action. Now, I recommend finding some way to hold yourself accountable, either to yourself or maybe tell other people what you're doing so they hold you accountable. If your task list, by the way, if your task list is too long, utilize the Pareto principle and focus on the 20% that'll get you 80% of the traction. Pick those 1 or 2 things and just get started. Start small if you have to, because getting started is the hardest part. Once you start doing things, what's crazy is things will start to happen. One thing will lead to another and you'll be well on your way. Action actually makes you more courageous, believe it or not. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but action creates courage. And you might think you need motivation to take action, but the reverse of that is also true. Many times if you take action, that creates motivation. Taking action actually reinforces the fact that you can do it. But remember, when you create a plan, you're taking action. But if you're refining that plan ad nauseum, it's actually inaction. Now, there's never a perfect time to start something. Just start. The difference between who you are right now and who you want to be is what you do right now. Thomas Jefferson said, "Do you want to know who you are? Don't ask. Act. Action will delineate and define you."
Remember this. Wishing alone never made a poor man wealthy, a fat person lose weight, or an unemployed person get a job. Remember, results are the outcome of action. Always take action. Here is the rule of thumb to action. Do not mistake an action for accomplishment. Accomplishment is the result of an action or consistent action, not always a one-time event. Many people delude themselves into believing that they've taken action only by starting something. They'll start their business and expect the business to flourish by itself. They get married and they expect the relationship to improve by itself. They join a job and expect a promotion by itself. Getting started alone does not guarantee any success. Confucius wrote, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." I want to add this. A single step will not guarantee you the journey of 1,000 miles. You need to keep walking. Without consistency and continuity, you're not going to get there. You need to follow through on your actions, and you need to build momentum, moving forward in the pursuit of your dreams. Many people give up after a few steps. Persistence is self-discipline in action. Perseverance is the true spirit for victory. The success of the journey is about making progress and getting closer to your destination. The world is full of people who are waiting for someone to come along and motivate them to be the kind of people they wish they could be. They're waiting for the Messiah who'll come someday and save them. They don't know there is a Messiah in all of us, our inner voice, who constantly reminds us to live our potential. No one is coming for the rescue. These people are waiting for a bus on a street where there is no bus service. If you don't wake up to this reality, you'll still be waiting. The majority of people in our culture are just waiting. They're not hustling while they wait. Studies prove that only 2% of people can work without any supervision. The rest, 98%, need someone to come and put some pressure on them to do something. The 2%, they're the leaders. You can be that proactive person or the self-actualized individual, in the words of Abraham Maslow. You do not need to be told or asked to do anything in life. You must know what to do, and you do it proactively. The whole wait is over. Faith in action has taken charge now. Today is the first day of your new beginning. Start with a new philosophy. Let these messages guide you. Do the things you're most afraid of. If you think you can't, then you must. Success is a process of growing. Life is about stretching beyond your limits. Success is growing out of your comfort zone.